Hello, welcome back to JJ's Bakehouse. I'm Ginny. Today I'm going to be making some whipped ganache for you, which we can use for the top of our cupcakes or to go on the outside of our cakes. So it's really up to you. Let's have a look at this. I've got some white chocolate here, and I've got 150 grams of white chocolate, and I've got 200 grams of milk chocolate. Milk chocolate reacts the same as plain chocolate, so you could substitute that if you wanted, but white chocolate can never be the same as the plain and the milk. So I've got some cream here that, excuse me, I just had on the stove there, and to my white chocolate here I'm going on a 3:1 ratio. So I'm going to put, I've got 150 there, so I want to put 50 in here, so that is 30. There we go. So I'm happy with that one there. And then we'll just pop that there. I've got 200 there. I am going to go with a 2:1 ratio. So I need to put 100 mils in here. Lovely. And just pour that over the top. Now you literally just leave those. Let me get rid of this. Okay. So give them a little bit of a stir so that they're into the cream, especially the white chocolate, there's not a lot there. This one as well, brilliant. And we just leave those there for about 2 minutes, and then we give them a stir up. If they're not quite done, we're going to give them a quick blast in the microwave, but I'm just going to leave them like this for the moment, so I'll come back to you in about 2 minutes. Okay, so because my chunks of this chocolate are quite big, it's half melted and half not, so I'm just going to pop it in the microwave there for about 30 seconds just to really get that melted down. Let's have a look at this one. That's melting a lot better. It's got a bigger layer of the cream over the top, so it sinks into it a little bit more, like a bit of a bath. There we are. Okay, that's our 30 seconds in there, and you can see straight away there that it's really coming together a lot better. There we go. So again, we're just going to leave that there for the moment. It's had a bit of heat, and I will heat this one through as well, so bear with me. So I always put them in 30-second bursts because you wouldn't want any longer, because you don't want the solids on that and the cocoa to be all to separate. So only 30 seconds at a time. Especially the white chocolate can be quite temperamental, that's why I actually much rather put it with the boiling cream over the top. Lovely. So again, I'm not going to play with that, I'm just going to leave that there for the moment. And I'm just going to, it's actually looks quite thick, so I've used a different white chocolate than I normally use, so my fats may not have been quite the same there. I'm actually going to add some more, so I've added about 15 mils more there, and that seems a lot happier. There we go, beginning to come round now into a nice ganache-like look. There we are. Doing things by eye, depending, the rules are always the same, 3:1 and 2:1 or 1:1 with your ratios. And ratios are great, but sometimes you really need to look at it by eye, adding the least amount first and then building up. So I'm happy with that. If it was a drip that I was looking for, I would actually add more cream to that. Now, if I add some more actually, just to show you, that there, I'm fairly happy, but if I add just say another 15 mils to that one, and stir it around again. Now, if you know, I am using the hot milk there. Cream, sorry, it's not milk, cream, double cream. There we go. And that's thinned it out again quite nicely. So you can just add depending on what chocolate. If you've used your chocolate before, you know what you're doing and you know your precise measurements. But if it's a different chocolate that you're using, sometimes you just need to make sure that it is actually going to do what you want it to do. Okay. This one's coming around nicely as well. Lovely. You know it's getting there when you get that sheen across the top. As you can see, that's really coming together there now. And then what we're going to do is we are just going to leave these on the side to come to room temperature, and then we're going to be able to do what we want with these. So if you need to hurry it along, all you need to do, they're done now, all you need to do is get a larger bowl, put some ice in the bowl and some water and pop it in on top of it there. Don't be tempted to put it in the freezer because it goes at different times. So I would put it in to an ice bath and just keep stirring it, and it really brings the temperature down extremely quickly and cuts off 3/4 of the cooling time. So when they're completely cool, I'll be back to you. Right, so my ganache is lovely and cool. So now we're going to whip it up. Take my clinker. Now whipping ganache sounds easy, but it sometimes isn't. So it likes a nice space to get the air into it. So I've got my hand mixer here because I find it easier. And just keep going. It takes, because you're not going to hear me, a really long time. It takes about 5 minutes. So I'll leave you and I'll come back to you when I'm nearly whipped up. Right, so I've whipped up the white chocolate. As you can see, it's lovely and whipped there. Now, as I was going, it was getting a little bit thick and not quite holding at times, so all I did is added a tablespoon of cream to it. So if as you're going you feel like it's not going and it feels a little bit too thick, just add about a tablespoon of cream, keep going, and it will bring it to this. Now, I think that my hand mixer is going to possibly get extremely hot if I carry on using that method for the moment. So I'm going to try and use my stand mixer for this one. Now I've got my creaming paddle on here, so I'm going to put this on and I'm going to let this go on quite a fast speed and see if I can manage to do it on a mixer, whether I do have to really use that. Okay, so this is doing the same as what the white chocolate was, so I'm going to add again about another tablespoon of cream to this one and let that go again. You can already see when the cream hits it that it starts whipping up a little bit better. So because you're not getting that silky ganache finish on it because you're whipping it, adding the extra cream is absolutely fine. Don't be scared to add more. So I think I'm just going to add one tiny little bit more, so probably about another half a tablespoon there. That'll be fine, and then I'm going to let that go for about 5 minutes without ruining my hand mixer, because this is working absolutely lovely, and I'll come straight back to you as soon as these are both finished. Now we're going to see how pipeable we can make this. So I'm going to put some of the white chocolate into a piping bag along the one side. So move this out of the way. So don't rush it, take bit by bit, put that along the side there, far down as you can get it. This out of the way so that you can see properly. There we go. And then we're going to take the milk chocolate. Move that to one side. And then I'm going to take some of this milk chocolate and put it across the top. Let me just grab a spoon for this. There we go. This is going to make life a lot easier. Take a teaspoon to begin with because the bit at the front, there we go. Use the end of the bag just to pull it off. Front is narrower, so we need to be a little bit daintier with the front. So then we're just going to lift it up by both corners and just push it down, giving it a shake. There we go. And then push it down together. I'm going to take my other bag and I'm going to use my 1M piping nozzle. Push that through. To take the end of this one. It's so light, it's so full of air. Right, and then, here we go. And there we have our beautiful whipped ganache topping, which makes a lovely change away from the buttercream. So I hope you have enjoyed this and I will see you soon. Take care.